So we went to Eurogamer this weekend.
Yay!
You didn't get to go.
No.
But you went to your game conference instead.
Yeah!
So you got the corporate side of things.
The corporate side, the business model version.
Yes.
Rather than just, you're gamers, fucking play games. It's like, how are you going to sell this?
Yeah.
You can't concentrate on that, you need to concentrate on the fact you didn't need to queue.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, because that was one of the most criminal things we had as soon as we got to Eurogamer. We were in a queue for
3 hours?
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to compare it to like certain events of World War II, but we felt but and underneath the place, walking through those stone cold corridors, like just all in unison in the dark. It was a scary time, but we got in and it was beautiful and bright and colourful, and got to play some video games.
The advantage you get over me though is you also get to play a lot more indie games and fun games.
They were the most like enjoyable things for me a lot of the times, but yeah, because
I'm wondering though, the fact that we enjoyed the indie games so much was that there wasn't as much queuing.
It's psychological more than like anything else, because I mean, like, well, the first thing we got to do really was play on the Oculus Rift, which unfortunately you never got to do, but like the game we got to play was the Strike Suit Zero. It's like kind of like space simulator thing, but it was just really fun. I mean, like getting to like
more so for you, I think, because I was, well, like we say, we were queuing for about 3 hours, but when I got it, I was like, I'm quite looking forward to this, and got on it. And then when I put it on and everything, the guy was like, right, these are the controls and everything, and like he was like, keep your head forward so we can like calibrate it and stuff. And then when the game kicked in, it was totally out of focus. So I was aware of things moving around, but I was like playing it with a visual impairment. So I was like, is that a ship? Hang on. Go after it, and then like narrowly avoiding flying into big freighters and stuff like that because I couldn't see them coming.
The short-sighted version.
Yeah, that's what it was like.
For me, I see it's a really good controller. Like, I enjoy the idea to look around and see everything that's going on around me, because as a it's not like the be-all and end-all of immersive reality. People think it's gonna like take away our will to live and we'll just have virtual lives and stuff.
Strangely, I mean,
no, it's not gonna happen.
There seemed to be some people that were playing it were going on it, and I think they were really kind of self-aware that they were still sitting in a big hall, so they wouldn't look around and stuff like that. Like they were just kind of sitting there and like just playing it like a normal game, but it was just like straightforward.
Yeah, they take a 3D TV and stapled it to their forehead.
I thought that Battlefield 4 was pretty much what I expected it to be, but they had 2 game modes set up. They had Conquest, which is what we played, and then they had, what was the other mode? It was like,
was it Domination?
No, it was like
Total Destruction
or something.
What
like
was the map you played on?
I don't know what it was called, but it was like kind of disused tank factory. So it was very kind of, it was a good, they did quite a good job of the map because it was a mix of like open terrain and also like kind of building fighting.
Right.
So there was a good mix, but from what we played, for me anyway, I don't think it really showed anything new other than how quickly it can run. That was about it. I wouldn't really say that I thought it was amazing or anything like that, which I was kind of disappointed in because I really wanted to go in and play Battlefield and come back and say, oh, that was amazing. But I was just kind of, the game finished and I was kind of,
it's Battlefield.
The other first-person shooter that we played on the same day as Battlefield actually was Titanfall.
Record, take your squad up this road. The rest of you move through this building behind me and secure the area.
But the good thing about this one is, like, in contrast to Battlefield 4, is this does feel fresh and new. I mean, because this is a game I totally dismissed from the trailers, right? I just looked at it and went, oh great, more Halo Bros, whatever, But as soon as you start playing this game, it grabs you. I don't know what about it, and I was just like, holy crap, I'm having so much fun on a game I've never even like wanted to play. I think the funniest thing for me was the first thing I noticed was like when everyone's like running into like the area, right? Okay, you see people who are used to playing Call of Duty, wherever they're going for cover, they're going inside buildings, they're doing these kind of things. I saw a guy from the enemy team run into a building, and he was heading for some stairs in the back to get up to some roof. I just jumped in through the window above him, like just from the ground, straight in through the window, went to the top of the stairs and gunned him down, and then flew out the window and ran along some buildings. And I'm like,
that's like the first thing that I did, because when we were waiting in the queue, one of the guys that works for them was like kind of managing the queue as well, and he was talking to folk, which is the difference between that queue and the Battlefield queue, because it's that one doctors. Yeah. But the guy was saying, if you play this like a normal first-person shooter and you try and go into cover, you will die, because it's not designed like that. If you stick in cover, everyone has like anti-tank weaponry on them, so they can fight the Titans.
Yeah, they.
If you stick in cover, you'll just die. If you stay in one push, you'll die. Everyone was just like running in and like shooting out windows. All I did was at the start of a match, run along for a bit, jump up a building on the rooftop, and just nail people in the street with my anti-tank weaponry. Just killed like 4 of them. But yeah, it's just a really solid, like, enjoyable game and easy to get into.
I think the thing is, I really liked it, but it feels like, for me, like a single player game, but you're playing with people. If you know what I mean, because like when the game starts, you get like a kind of commander, like, you know, Command & Conquer used to do, like little kind of windows in the corners. It's like that. The guy's explaining to you what's going on, and you're in your big drop ship, and then you come out, and it's all like, you know, it's still in the same perspective. You come out, you get down on the ground, you start running off to your objective, and then as you're going through it, like they can say like, oh right, well, you've got your Titans already and stuff, we're going to drop them in for you, and you just choose where you want to drop them, and they come in, and then you can get
the other thing I like as well, like kind of liking it to a single player, is at the start there's actually things like kind of little bits of kind of, even, I don't know what you call it, like kind of storytelling that sets the scene, where there's like a guy in a Titan that's kind of picking another soldier up and having a laugh with them and stuff like that, and it's not.
Oh, you're waiting for the thing to be ready?
You're basically waiting for the match to start, but things will happen around you, like there's kind of, you know, all your kind of other teammates kicking about and talking to each other and stuff like that, and then you're like, right, you need to go in and fight now, and you're like, right, okay, and everyone just starts running in.
Yeah, again, it goes back to immersion for me, and doing stuff outside of the box rather than like, let's wait in the lobby, take it out, 3, 2, 1, begin.
Yeah, because the one that really got me was when the match is over, it comes up on the screen, like, you've been defeated, and I was like, oh, okay. But the game's not over.
The game doesn't finish.
It's like, because you wait around, you're like, why is the game not over? And you get like comms coming in, they go like, oh, we're going to bring the dropship over to you, it's going to be at this location at this side, get out there now, you're fucking lost, and you're like, you have to run to the dropship.
Unlike Battlefield, the army, or the armed forces in this, actually care what happens once the objective's lost, they don't just go, slave them, just let's go. Done.
That's one of my favourite things, was like just like going into the indie section and just seeing all the crazy cool shit that people have come up with.
Yeah.
Like what was the one you were playing? The one about the bears, looked really fun.
Fist of Awesome.
Yeah.
It was called. Fun. It was interesting playing it as well, because I was actually playing it on an iPad.
Is it only for iPad?
No, it's for PC and Mac as well.
Okay.
I was actually looking at the deals for it earlier on, and you can buy the game, but you can also buy the game and t-shirt for like £30, which is awesome. And it's just a picture of Tim uppercutting a bear.
I think it's the sort of t-shirt you would want.
Yeah. I would pay £30 for it.
It's a manly man t-shirt.
Yeah.
That's what I like about the kind of concepts behind these things, is like, essentially someone just said, well, it'd be really, really fun. And it's like, you know, I want to play as a lumberjack uppercutting bears, right? Like, that's the concept.
That's not even the thing. Is the reason we came up with the idea of the game is because he forgot to get his girlfriend a Valentine's gift, so it made a game which was
head uppercutting
bears. This is how much I love you.
This is, I mean, I guess that's what floats her boat. But
even just the wee kind of things. I mean, the game itself was really, really good, and had a good sense of humour, but they were giving away like kind of temporary tattoos of the main character, like punching a bear and stuff like that. And just like wee things like that. And the actual guy who made the game was obviously there. And when he saw me putting in like the kind of putting my email address in for like kind of updates on it, and he was like, "Oh, I'm really glad you enjoyed it." And I was like, "Yeah, man, I'll definitely be getting it." And he seemed like you're pleased that people are actually there giving them feedback.
So that was the good thing, is like, because the people were actually there because they want to promote their game. They got like hands on. They want to hear what people think about it and the feedback. Like
it's not some PR or web person. This game's fantastic. What the hell the fuck the guy Polygon? The guy's like, "Do you like my game?" What shit about it? Because I'll fix it.
Like, I was playing Velocity X or something I think it's called, but it was like on the PS Vita, the guy developed it for, and I think some other platforms, but I was playing through that and it was really, really enjoyable, kind of like Metroid style, almost like platformer, little teleportation things, and I came across like a little kind of game-breaking glitch where you needed to be able to throw one of the teleporters up, and the guy who was obviously the developer on it, he saw that I'd done this and he's like, "Oh, right, well, I'll make sure that doesn't happen."
We're sorry, you have reached a number that has been disconnected or is no longer in service.
Because that was the one thing I really loved about the demo for Hotline Miami 2 that we got to play, was that this game is clearly like, it knows what people thought of the previous game and it knows where it's supposed to be going, and it just makes you feel really uncomfortable. Like, it tries its best to say, "You're a sick fuck for wanting to kill all these people and doing stupid things," and because they've made the new characters in the game like really unlikable. But there's fanboys who wanted to play Hotline Miami, but they brought it into real life. They've recreated it themselves. They put on the animal masks. They go about murdering people. But it's a totally different feeling from the first game, because the first game was like, "Oh, here comes the techno music, I'm gonna smash these guys up, and then I'm gonna get out," and you're like, "Oh."
But you had the feeling as well in the original that the guys you were going after were bad guys. And not so much in the second one. Like there's a guy in the second one in the demo that you basically is your target, and when you finally find him, he doesn't know what the fuck's going on. Like he's just kind of like, "Who are you people?" And they just like give him a beatdown. It's terrible.
But it's awful. It's like it's really unsettling. Like it's designed to be like properly like, you shouldn't want to do this.
And the great thing is, if they can make that work, then mission complete.
Yeah, as long as they stick to their guns, like you say, they need to, and make sure that people understand that this is an expression. You know?
But that's the thing I think that people don't really want to admit, is that, or want to think of, is that it's okay to have a game or even a film where something happens in it that's not nice, because not nice things happen in the real world. It's not just a case of going, you can't have that in a game because that's horrible. It's like, well, horrible things happen, and you're just gonna ignore it.
Yeah.
Have a pick of the
game of the show.
Game of the show for you.
For me, it's somewhere between like Tenuanya Teens and Octodad, because I just love games that make you laugh out loud.
What do you call it?
Tenuanya Teens.
What is that?
It's essentially an arcade machine with like a million buttons, but you have to like either pee, talk to a girl, or like brush your teeth.
Play guitar.
And that's all it is.
What, it's like Tamagotchi?
But it's like he plays two little boys who just wake up in the morning, and the first thing you gotta do is like go brush your teeth or have a pee or something.
Yeah, go and take a pee, brush your teeth, and wash your hair.
Yeah, but the thing is, these are all commands done by an arcade stick that has glowing buttons that change colour. So red will be brush your teeth, green will be take a pee.
I think there's about 40 buttons on it or something like that.
No, there's maybe about 16 or something, I think, in each controller.
Is it?
But so when it gets to a point later on in the game where you've had to like, punch aliens, rock out, take pictures of stuff.
Catch fish
as a bear for some reason. And so you're trying to find the button, and you're it says like, talk to a girl, and you go up and you hit the button you think you're hitting, but you accidentally pee on her.
Or punch on the face.
It's about teen awkwardness, I think, isn't it? Like growing up as a kid and like not knowing what to do in situations.
What I love about it as well
is like Simon, where the button that car always does the same thing.
Yes, but it changes its location on the controller.
Yeah. Awesome. At one point, like at the start of it, all the buttons are the same colour for your first task. Then for the second task, it divides them into 2, then 3. But the more tasks that get added, the more it divides them up. And
Until you
as
get
time
to
goes
16.
on, they start moving around as well. So you might look down and try and find which one. Like I need to put a green here, so it's there. So you'll press it a few times, and then you'll press it again, but it will have moved when you've not been looking. So you'll go up and just like peel over an alien or something like
That's
that.
really bad though for people like, I'm colourblind!
Oh,
But
yeah, it's definitely
the best part of that game for me was at the end of the day you always go to bed. That's the last thing you do. There's only ever one button for it. So at the end you're both trying to get into bed first, because if you do it first you get a panic. So you're both like, get to bed! And you're like pressing the button.
It's hard though because I've got my favourites like my favourite series like Assassin's Creed, so I love pirates anyway, so Assassin's Creed 4 is always a big one for me. Watch Dogs I really like the look of, and South Park, so again Ubisoft rule supreme for me again this year.
They're actually doing really quite well.
It's like last year they had a Far Cry and Assassin's Creed 3. Wasn't a big fan about Assassin's Creed 3, but I would say definitely like kind of this Christmas, those are the ones for me, and then going forward, I would definitely say that like Titanfall is one that definitely like kind of
it's on my radar now
from yours,
because of that.
from you guys, it's definitely kind of like there plus Destiny. I would say it's a big one for me as well.
For me, like you say, like, and I've spoke about it before, was Titanfall was the kind of breakout title for me. That's the one game that I came away from that like really excited about.
I think it's because it's the experience, isn't it? It's the gameplay.
Yeah.
You're like, I feel good playing this.
And
I
it just
want to play more.
it just surpassed everything that I expected from it. I kind of knew what to expect
Do
from
you
it,
think
but
that's maybe why it's getting such good feedback? Is because people were expecting it to be a run-of-the-mill shooter?
I think people
and it's
expected it
certainly
to be. People expected it to be Brink, but it's just not that at all. It's really good.
Yeah.
So for me, that's my pick. But again, close second, I'll go that.